Part 1. A new way to see. What if you could have an instant connection to every molecule in the universe? What if you have an inner guidance system which, once you tap into it, can lead you toward the greatest choices for your life and living? Is it time to explore the concept of consciousness and live from a place of gifting, receiving, and no judgment? These first 2 chapters form the foundation of everything else. All that is required of you is to read with open eyes and an open mind. Chapter 1. Energy. Relearning your first language. Let's begin by taking a moment to think about the many and varied ways we communicate with each other on this beautiful planet we currently inhabit. What kind of methods of communication come to mind? How do we tell each other who we are, what we need, where we're going, or where we've been? We use our voices to speak, in person, over the phone, sometimes via video calling. We write on paper and electronically. We send instant messages, share statuses online, write emails. We pen letters if we're feeling traditional, or we write books if we have something big to share. I love the fact I wrote this book several months ago, maybe even years ago, if you're coming to it a little later. And here you are, hearing me across time. You could be reading these words on a paper page or on a screen. You could even be listening to the audiobook. Some of us draw, paint, or make music to tell others who we are and what's important to us. When we're face to face, we don't just use speech, we use body language too. We widen our eyes in shock, or we roll them in frustration. We fold our arms when we worry, or we throw them in the air when we're excited. You could say we've got verbal, written, and physical communication down to a fine art. What if there's another way to speak, converse, communicate? What if we have so much more available to us that we realize? And what if accessing it could change our lives in phenomenal ways? Energy is your body's first language, and it's your first language. Have you ever walked into a room and knew, in a second, that whoever was in that room was annoyed with you? Maybe it was your partner, your mom, your sister, your boss, even before they said a word or made eye contact with you, even in the second you touched the door handle to enter the room. You knew they were harboring a resentment or a judgment. How? Because you sensed it, felt it, knew it. And it was their energy that communicated into you. Here's another way energy speaks to us. Do you have someone in your life who's really in tune with you, really gets you, and just from saying hi over the phone, they'll know you have something difficult going on in your life? Your words might say you're fine, but your friend is hearing something else. You're hearing your energy. It's quick, instant, natural, and you can have that instantaneous connection, that common language with everything in the universe, everything, including or especially your body. It's just a case of choosing to tune in and practicing this skill you've been unaware of until now. It starts with you. Heavy or light? If you're new to thinking about energy in this way, the first step is to start noticing your own energy. Once you begin to become aware of it, you wonder how you ever missed it. Let me ask you this. Roughly speaking, when something feels good to you, when you are excited or relieved or happy or at peace, do you feel heavy or light? Light, right? When you're worried about something or scared or sad or anxious, do you feel heavy or light? My guess is heavy. Another way of looking at it might be when you're happy, do you sense your energy is expanding? And when you're sad, do you sense your energy is contracted or maybe compressed? What I'm working toward is the idea that you know when something is right for you, or a better way of putting it is true for you, when you feel a sense of expansion, a lightness around it. When something is not right for you, or alive for you, or you feel constricted or heavy. The sensation of heavy and light is different for everyone, so I can tell you exactly what it feels like, but you can get to know what it is for you. Some people describe light feeling like a joyful burst, or a steady smile, or a feeling of growth and possibility. Heavy might feel like you're tired, or dead weight, or confined. See heavy or light as your inner guidance system. Get to know your guidance system first by noticing it. When you're around someone you don't click with, notice it. When you're around someone you feel relaxed with, notice it. When you're around to do something that you love doing, notice it. When you're about to do something that scares you, notice it. And this might surprise you. You can often feel light even when you're about to do something terrifying. Why? Because energetically, excitement and fear feels pretty much the same. If you are light, you can be pretty sure that what you think is fear is actually excitement. The energy has spoken. My advice is not to overthink it. Just start to tap into the incredible inner awarenesses that you naturally have. Take a moment. Do you know? Every molecule in the universe has consciousness. Every plant, every raindrop, every gust of wind, every animal, every tree, every gemstone, every rock, every building, every car, every piece of machinery, every person, everything, everybody. My body, your body, the bodies you work with, the bodies you know, they all have consciousness. This isn't a new discovery. Einstein acknowledged the consciousness of every molecule and every element in the universe. And here's a key part. He recognized that these conscious molecules communicate with each other all the time. And how? With your first language, the language that is more sophisticated and more instantaneous than words. Energy. Is it possible that your body has been trying to communicate with you for a long time? And what would happen if you were to start listening?